and this is your GeekSLP TV, episode number 7. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite games of all time. It's called The Sims. It's a life simulation game that was released by EA Games on 2000. And for you guys to see how big of a fan I am, I'm going to show you some of the copies that I have acquired so far. I got Sims 3 last week, and I'm going to be doing a simulation of what I would do on therapy with the game. I think it's one of the best games for language development that has been created so far. I've used it for therapy several times, and the kids love it. Let me first show you all my copies. This is the first Sims, the original one, Sims 1, and this one is the complete collection edition. It has all the expansions. Then for the Sims 1, I have the expansions for, it's called The Sims Unleashed. It has a lot of animal things. Then I have The Sims Superstar. Then EA Games released The Sims 2, and this is what it looks like. Then I have an expansion pack for The Sims 2. This is called The Nightlife. Then I have The Sims 2 Seasons. I have The Sims 2 Life Stories. And I have The Sims 2 University. So last week, it was my last purchase. I hope not the last ever, because I'm hoping they come out with The Sims 4. This is called The Sims 3, and that's what I'm going to be playing and show you guys today. So that's what it looks like. This is my collection of Sims. Let's just go to the computer and see how we could prepare a language therapy using Sims. There we are. This is the main screen as soon as you open The Sims 3. And we're going to go ahead and create a new Sim. We're going to create our own person within the Sims game. I've used this before with my pre-K students when I was trying to teach them specific body parts items. But there's just so much that you can teach a child as you're playing The Sims that the possibilities here are endless. Something that I also did as I was playing The Sims with the kids, I got a mirror and I got them to make themselves on Sims. I told them, okay, is your nose big or little? And then you teach adjectives. Do you need to make it wider, narrower? So let's try to make, I'm gonna make my husband just for fun. So you get to select the gender. You can switch from male or female. One very interesting fact about Sims is that initially they created it as a language that was a combination of Ukrainian, English, and a bunch of other languages together to create this gibberish language that you're going to hear them talk throughout the game. But let's focus today on creating our Sims. So as you can see, you can make them elderly. And you can make them child as a baby. But let's create a young adult. You can change the skin tone, and here is an opportunity for you to be teaching adjectives, lighter and darker skin colors. My husband is pretty light, pretty fair. So let's put a skin tone pretty light, and of course he's not a female, he's a male. Sashko. The Sims is also an application. You can download it on your iPhone. I'm not sure if they have an iPad app for it yet, but I'm pretty sure they have an iPhone because I do have that app. So after we created the basics, we can change the hairstyles. And again, this is another opportunity for the child to be practicing hair colors, because you can change the hair color. You can make it lighter, darker. You can teach colors to the kids.
Again, teaching adjectives. The hair, is it spiky? Is it not spiky? Is it smooth? Is it straight, curly? And sometimes it's very hard to teach the adjectives because you don't have this much variety with toys. But you can do it on the game. You can teach them body parts again. I love games. I think it is a fun way for these kids to be practicing some language skills. And I know there's always a controversy whether games are good or not for the children. And I'm a strong believer that if you have an adult practicing with the children the correct skills they need to develop appropriately, a game is always a positive mean to teach them their language skills. And if you're a parent, you can use this game to play with your kids at home. Teach them some vocabulary that they don't have yet. You can change the looks of the face, and you can go more detailed. Maybe you can make the face, change the height of the face and the bone structure. We can give him some thicker lips. And give them tattoos.
Yep, so.
Oops. We can teach these kids vocabulary for clothing items. You have a variety of options for clothing. You can teach them colors. You can teach them vocabulary for clothing, pants and suits, and what's formal, what's casual. Within clothing items, you have formal, we have sleepwear. You get to choose some athletic clothing and also swimsuits or swimwear. And can you see how much vocabulary you can be giving these children in a fun way? Because you can play it in group therapy, you can add another sim to the game and get each children to be adding themselves to the game. Let's add somebody else here now. So if you have the same group all the time, you can have the same, you can just go back to it and get them, because it's going to be safe, so that you can just go back to it at a later time. Again, we can make this person change their skin tone darker. We can make them younger. We can give them lipstick. We can turn them around. After you have created your sim and you've practiced all of these things as far as vocabulary, you get to choose the personality. And if you're working with an older group of children, you can add traits and discuss the meaning of these traits. Ambitious, artistic. So as you pick it, you choose and you're discussing with the children all this vocabulary that they can be practicing. And I'm sure you kids will enjoy it a lot more over flashcards or anything that you have for them that is not as dynamic as something like this. Again, I'm not being paid by EA Games to do this. I just love this game a lot, and I think it's a great way for you to be practicing language skills. I've looked at Amazon. You can buy it, used games on Amazon. I think they're running less than $10. So it's not a big investment, but it's definitely worth the investment. And I hope to be getting back at a later time to go through some of the things that you can do as you're playing with the Sims on the city itself. Because it's a good time for you to be practicing verbs. As you send them to work, you let them play, you choose the actions of the Sims. And again, an opportunity to be practicing verbs. And all this vocabulary that you can be discussing as you're playing a game. Isn't it fun? I hope you guys enjoyed.
That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.